Good morning, happy Thursday, everybody. If I look a little flustered, it's because, the scariest thing was, just happening. As a bunch of you guys know, my computer really isn't the greatest anymore. It needs to be plugged in order to work. The battery's dead. Yeah, it's pretty bad. And it took me a lot longer than it should have for me to get my computer on, which I need it on because my notes are on here. So, yeah. I do have another computer, and at some point, I do want to make that one my full-time one that I use. What worries me is, I just gotta worry about putting so much from this computer onto the other one. So, yeah, again, if I look a little bit flustered, now I know why. I wish that was the only part of my low, but really it wasn't. I just had some, really, kind of bad dreams last night. Again, hindsight 2020, I know they were dreams, but still. Just some personal stuff. I'll put it this way. In this dream, I hurt my ribs. Which, yeah. That already doesn't sound very fun. Was there any high yesterday at all? Yes, there was. It was actually here's the thing. It did rain yesterday, but it got so much better later on. It was actually so nice. I almost completely forgot we were in March. For real, I almost completely forgot that we were in the month of March. So yeah, that happened. And my act of kindness was I held the door for someone yesterday. Okay, so now that I have my notes out, it was Care Bears night on The Masked Singer. And weird, going into this episode, I'm like, how are they going to incorporate the Care Bears into this? What are they going to do? Because, do the Care Bears even have any songs about them? My history with the Care Bears is near non-existent. I know what they are. And I know that lots of little kids love them. And here's the thing, I do know there are 3 Care Bears movies. And that really is just because I'm a fan of Doug Walker, aka the Nostalgia Critic. Fun fact, his review of the 3rd Care Bears movie was the actual full-on review of the Nostalgia Critic that I ever saw. I'll never forget how it opens, because, the camera's, right here, and he's like, hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic, I remember so you don't have to. He was, really excited. I was facing, is he okay? Should I be worried that he's that excited? And this is it. We're at the final Care Bears movie. That was great. Shout out to Doug Walker, aka the Nostalgia Critic. Well, that's actually really old. This was 2011 when I saw that review. It was during my summer vacation. I was getting ready for my junior year of college. That's insane. That's really insane how long it was. But anyway, Care Bears night on the Masked Singer. I'm going into this episode being like, what kind of songs are they gonna do for this? And sure enough, they open up the movie with They open up the episode with the group singing "Walking on Sunshine" by Katrina and the Waves. Which, okay, I guess the theme for the Care Bears is happy rainbow colors and sunshine, stuff like that. So yeah, okay. Walking on Sunshine, not a bad way to kick off the episode. And I mean, come to think of it, as I'm looking at all, as I was watching the episode last night, I'm like, all these songs actually kind of relate to the Care Bears to some capacity. I mean, again, Walking on Sunshine, totally an uplifting, positive song that definitely would scream Care Bears if you try to put both of them into context. Care Bears, we care about feelings, and so when Pangolin did "What a Feeling" by Irene Cara, of course that works. And then High Voltage did "Bad Day" by Daniel Powler. And here's the thing. My history with the Care Bears is almost non-existent, but I know how it typically works. There's like a problem, like, a kid's having a bad day, hence the name of this particular song. And, the Care Bears go down from their giant clouds in the sky and, they help that kid out. And so they no longer have a bad day. All right, it's simple. It's formulaic. I mean, not Scooby-Doo levels of formulaic, but, at least there's like a consistent theme, I suppose. Then Pugcasso did "Dreams" by the Cranberries. First of all, I love the Cranberries. Like, full stop. Occasionally I'll think because I'm actually a fan of Mythical Kitchen, and I love watching the show Last Meals. And one of the questions that Mythical Chef Josh asks the guest is, what song do you want to play at your funeral? And I actually have thought about this a couple of times. For the moment, I would say "Linger" by the Cranberries. I love that song. And "Dreams" by the Cranberries, also a great song. So, and again, the title is definitely in theme with the Care Bears because, they deal with the dreams of little kids too. If they're having bad dreams or nightmares, the Care Bears trying to help them out. All right. Again, this is a product that was made in the 80s. This was definitely one of those cartoons that was invented solely for the purpose of selling toys. Which, listen, the Care Bears are still around to this day, so clearly it worked. Well, I can tell you why it worked, because of nostalgia. Those original kids that, witnessed the Care Bears when they first came to the toy store shelves, they became adults and, they felt nostalgic about a product that they grew up with, so, let's keep it going. Come to think of it, there have been a couple themes that the Masked Singer's done in the past that definitely evoke 80s nostalgia, as well as some early 90s nostalgia too. Transformers Night a season or two ago. That was definitely an example. They literally had oh Daniel Lloyd Webber night. A lot of his great Broadway music and theater music was from the 80s. So yeah, this is just another one of those themes. Okay, now let's see. The Crane did "Good Luck Babe" by Chappell Roan, which, I mean, honestly, here's the thing. I do like Chappell Roan. I think she's great. I just heard Pink Pony Club far too many times. I like that song. It's a great song. I love the message behind that song. You know, the message is, you know, be who you are on the inside, and there's always going to be a place for you. I love that message. It's actually a really great message that we need to have. But A, again, I just heard that song a lot, and B, since the song is called Pink Pony Club, and you want to be who you are, then I personally identify as a black stallion. I can say that because my Patronus is a black stallion. Yeah, I'm a Harry Potter fan. Which, there was actually Harry Potter theme night too. So, on the Masked Singer. So, yeah, lots of things come full circle on the show. So, now for the Care Bears Royale. It was High Voltage and Pangolin who were at risk. And they did the song "I'm So Excited" by the Pointer Sisters, which, again, is very on theme with the Care Bears, because Care Bears talking about feelings and excitement. That's definitely a feeling that I'm sure the Care Bears deal with. Yeah. Plus, I just really like that song. And it wound up being High Voltage who was eliminated, and it was Alexi Laylas. And I do not know who that is. Let me look her up. Okay. He was a soccer player who played as a center back. Best known for his participation with the U.S. national team in the 1994 FIFA World Cup. Okay, so all right, we got kind of thinking. I think that just might be the first soccer player to ever be a contestant on The Masked Singer. I can't think of anyone else. Granted, my my knowledge about soccer as a whole, is very much lacking, which is a real shame, because virtually everybody will tell you that at this moment in time, especially, it's probably going to be that way forever, soccer is actually the #1 sport in the world. Yeah, it is. It really is. I mean, it's actually big here in America. Now, granted, no sport in our country is ever going to be as big as, the big three, football, basketball, and baseball. And you could argue even hockey is in that conversation as well. So, yeah, it doesn't, like, U.S. and Major League Soccer, we don't really get much talk about that. Oh, there are fans. I mean, Chad Ochocinco, he's a big soccer fan. Shout out to Ochocinco. He he actually just started a new podcast where he talks about soccer. In fact, Bert Kreischer was his first. I need to finish watching that episode of the podcast. It was really fun. So yeah, every now and again we get a theme episode of The Masked Singer where it features a beloved franchise from the 80s. I mean, again, Care Bears was last night. We've had Transformers night in the past. We've had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the past. Actually, I did mention they had Harry Potter theme night. Yeah, Harry Potter became prevalent, in the 90s and, 2000s with, the last movie coming out in 2011. But the actual story of Harry Potter takes place in the late 80s to late 90s. Yeah, it was actually the final battle between Harry Potter and Lord Voldemort, aka Tom Riddle, takes place in 1998, I think. I think that's how it goes. So, yeah. Last night's episode surprised me in a really good way. I mean, again, the Care Bears. I never thought I'd ever see them as a theme for The Masked Singer, but here we are. Hope you all like this video. Like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on social media. As always, I'm very helping this video for all of you guys watching. Joe over there. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Thursday. Can I say happy Thursday? Oh, no, I did, but I'll say it again. Happy Thursday, everyone. And remember, if you guys want to talk, channels, we're here to lend you. Always back, take care, and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.